I had an amazing teacher, Mrs. Moore. She knew that I was an artist because I grew up with a pencil in my hand. And she said, Richard, I would like to see if you'd be willing to take our windows. And on one side of the classroom was a large set of windows. She said, I'm wondering if we could create stained glass windows in these windows here. I was always intrigued by the stained glass, and it was almost like you were looking into a dream or something. It was like, there's a different world out there in these windows. The majority of my life has been devoted to that craft of stained glass. And so, as fate would have it, there was a fellow that lived below where I lived, and he went by the nickname Oz. One of Oz's friends, he came and he was talking about starting a stained glass studio. This guy's name was Mark Talaba. It turns out that there's a place in Fort Wayne, Indiana. The studio had gone bankrupt. So they were going to auction off the building down there and also all this glass, which was really amazing. We went down and we won the bid on the glass. It all worked out. I mean, we had all these people. We had about 10 people and rented a truck, and we loaded all this glass onto this truck, and we got done. We had this space we had rented was so full. It was from wall to wall filled with crates of glass. And that then became Omnibus Studios, and that was the beginning of our career in stained glass. One of the guys that we hired right away was named Grant Gimone, and his mother had seen an article that was in the Detroit Free Press about a man named Andrew Maglia, who was a very well-known stained glass and mosaicist that had started a studio back in the 50s, and it was called Maglia Studios. It was right downtown on Alfred and John R. near the museum in Detroit. And he was closing his studio. He was retiring. And the whole article was all about, how can I pass this on to somebody? There's nobody that can take it over. So Mark Talaba and I went, boy, I think this is obviously something we better check out. As time went on, we learned a lot from him. He taught us, how to do the painting on glass, how to fire it, all these techniques that we didn't really know. It was like a crash course. He took me to the side and said, look, you're the one that I see that, you could do this. Over the years, I've designed and the studio has produced thousands and thousands of stained glass windows. I believe our studio is one of the very few left in the United States, probably in the world, that does this level of stained glass. And so I think we have something to offer that is very unique.